I am beyond so sick of Instacart customers coming at me pretty hard for encouraging all gig workers to refuse orders without tips or under tips. I'm going to share with you an exchange that I had with one of these customers this past week. These customers are justifying their abnormal actions because tipping is the social norm, and in the process, they are exposing their character flaws. And our character is defined by the way we treat other human beings. Today's video topic is customer tipping in the gig economy and why it's so important for gig workers to refuse every single order without a tip, not only to protect ratings, but also to protect income and, most importantly, to protect your self-worth. Okay, let's go. When customers say tipping service workers is not necessary, it is a huge punch in the face. When customers accept these services from any platform, they know full well what the deal is regarding tipping. Yet, they continue to stiff their service workers, which has absolutely no recourse. I received a comment from a viewer on this channel, and I'm going to address it here because along with this comment, I received so many other emails, messages, comments from customers who are really angry with me for addressing the situation and for spreading the word that service workers should be tipped. I don't get it, but yes, they come at me hard. So I'm going to share you what this particular viewer stated, and she stated this in response to a video that I collaborated with Dimples on Demand. I'm going to link that video in the description box below, but pretty much she did an experiment with only accepting orders without tips. I'll let you guys watch it. And this viewer commented on that video. So here is what she said, and we're going to keep her anonymous because I'm being nice. In response to that video, she said, "Oh, please, driving and shopping is part of the job. I have the right not to tip." I was going to let it go, but you know what? I'm not letting it go. So I stated, "Oh, please, I pray every single shopper refuses your order. This is the service industry, and customers who use these services should be tipping the individuals who service them. This comes down to humanity and morality. You are the exact customer I tell shoppers to run from." Oh, she came back at me more, don't worry. Then she states, "Again, this is your opinion. I will continue to shop with Instacart and I will tip or not tip, however I choose. All your ranting and raving isn't going to change that. Get over yourself." I know I'm going to get so much heat from the customers watching this video who don't agree with me, but that's okay. I can take it. So come on at me like you continue to do through my emails and through my direct messages on Instagram and certainly on this video. But here's what, I wanted to bring this to light because this is a topic that needs to be talked about, but I refuse to have a contentious argument with any customer here on out regarding this issue. Because then it occurred to me, the only customers that are really reaching out to me are the customers who aren't tipping. And quite frankly, I do want to state this to these customers before you decide to email me or comment. I'm not going to ever shop for you, let alone respond to you regarding this tipping issue. So don't bother. People who work in the service industry have it tough because they are not guaranteed that same base pay as regular employees are. So yes, when customers say, "Do your job, it's part of your job," we're happy to do our job, but we're also in the service industry, so we need customers to understand that and do what the social norm is, because the social norm is to tip your service workers between 15 and 20%. And if you're an Instacart shopper, you guys will notice that in the app, if you've ever ordered from the customer side, the tip amount defaults at 5%. So for a customer to give shoppers a 0 tip, they actually have to take it off of the 5% default, and even 5%, don't get me started on that. They have to take it off 5% and put it on 0. They have to write in 0. And I'm not quite sure shoppers should be so quick to service these customers. You guys know my stance on this. You can certainly do whatever you want, but just understand that as an Instacart shopper specifically, it is our job to protect our ratings at all costs, because when our rating tanks below a 5, we're not making the same money that we could be, and we are penalized, and it takes a long time to dig out of the ratings hole. So we can't afford to risk our ratings any more than they already are at risk. And when we accept orders from customers who do not tip, these are the customers who will try to justify the fact that they gave you a 0 tip to begin with. And by the way, don't think that these customers will have a tip for you waiting at the door, because over 90% of the time, you'll not see that tip on the other end. In fact, it's just the opposite. The customers that do tip in the app are the same customers who will also add an additional tip post-delivery because they put value on the service that they hired. They get it, they understand it, they have good character, and these are the customers of good character that we want as Instacart shoppers. It's incredibly important to be strategic in what batches we accept, because these strategies are what are going to long-term make shoppers more money and keep their accounts safe. So if you see an order, I'm using this as an example, that is $20, and then there it says 0 tip, don't take the order. It's that simple. Be patient and wait. If you see an order that is 40 items and the tip is 58 cents, that is just as bad. Don't take the order. Be patient and wait. Again, the customers that are choosing not to tip are the customers who are going to report more often than not they weren't happy with the service. They weren't happy with the shopper. They are going to report items missing to justify the fact that they tipped you low or they didn't tip you at all. So the strategy should be for all shoppers to select batches simply based on tip amount alone. The base pay for Instacart isn't enough. You really do have to look at the whole batch payment and look at that customer tip. And if you feel it is fair for where your area is, then it's okay to take. But if you look at that order, and I actually had a viewer who's a shopper show me a screenshot of a tip of an order, and it was like 48 cents. That is just as insulting, if not worse, than a 0 tip. Don't expect a 5-star rating for that customer, because there's something wrong with that customer to begin with. So don't put yourself at risk. And again, this is why we have to be strategic. I only choose batches based on tip. I don't care if it's a $60 order. If it's a $1.39 tip on a $60 order, I'm not taking it, because again, it's not worth risking our accounts for these low insulting tips or these 0 tip customers. And to the service industry workers who do justify this non-tipping behavior from customers, because they will state, well, customers are already paying so much money to use these services, so we understand why they don't want to tip us on top of it. Remember this, these are luxury services, and a customer does not have to use these services if they don't want to. Instead of having somebody grocery shop for their 65 items, they might want to consider doing it themselves. Because of course there is a service fee for any service that allows customers to stay convenienced in the luxury of their own homes. Just like food, it's no different than food delivery apps. Why should a customer not tip the person that delivered that food because they're paying an upcharge on that food delivery app? Absolutely not. If a customer cannot afford to use one of these services, they shouldn't be using them. But it is not our problem as gig workers, because at the end of the day, this is business, and we are all in the business to make money and to certainly not be taken advantage of. Before I end this video, I do want you guys to know about another YouTuber who has a channel all about her adventures as an Instacart shopper. It is a fairly new channel, and I really enjoy watching her videos, which she does upload consistently every single week. Her channel name is Instacart Pearls of Wisdom. She made a video a few days ago, and the title of that video is Instacart What an Adventure. And in this video, I need you guys to go watch because I was infuriated for her as I was watching this. It was all about the encounter she had with a customer regarding a customer tip and the entitlement of some of these customers who like dangle the carrot. It's not okay. So I really felt bad that she even had to endure that. And the more awareness around it, maybe we can make a change. So please definitely go check out that video and subscribe to her channel if you enjoy her as much as I do, as much as I do. And she does not know that I'm even talking about her channel. So if you decide to go over there and hit her subscribe button, make sure you let her know in the comments that I sent you so that she knows. And on one more note, I recently wrote an article regarding tipping on the website called tipstories.com that I am a contributor on, along with several other YouTubers that you probably are very familiar with. But I wrote an article and it's titled The Ethics of Tipping in the Gig Economy. So if you could please go over there and read that article. There's a comment section below that you can add your thoughts. We can start a thread. And then there's also, you can listen to the video. You can listen to the article if you don't choose to read it. So that's kind of a nice feature. But I want to know your thoughts because it's all about my perspective in tipping, the ethics behind tipping in the gig economy. So again, thank you so much for checking out Instacart Pearls of Wisdom and the Tipped Stories article that I wrote, linking that, so go check that out as well. And that is a wrap for today's video. I want to personally thank each and every one of you for being here with me on this channel, for taking the time to subscribe to this channel, for liking the videos if you found any value in them whatsoever, and then also for your comments in the comment section. I have enjoyed getting to know all of you, and I've learned so much from you, and I hope that all of you are learning from each other. So again, thank you for your engagement on this channel. And also, I just want you guys to know how valuable and worthy you really are. And don't let anyone ever bring you down for doing what you do. And especially a customer who chooses to show you who they think you are based on that tip. You're just gonna stay away from them. And to the customers, I just wanna say, just do the right thing and tip your service workers. That's it, it's that simple. I'm going to leave you guys with that. I love you all. I hope everyone is having a great week. Today's Thursday. Yep, so we have a few more days to go, and that you're hitting your numbers and hitting your goals. I will see everyone this Sunday for another video. Love you all. Bye-bye.